Okay, we're live on YouTube. Okay, so you're the host with the most. Okay, we're live on YouTube. Okay, so with the most. Okay, we're live on YouTube.
Okay, do we want to wait a few minutes for people to hop in, or let me see. That's weird. Okay, Joyce, can you still hear me?
I can.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome, Joyce. And I'm sure more people will try to join. And it's also on YouTube. So hello, everyone that is watching this now or later. Again, my name is Morgan Angelique Owens. I am a serial entrepreneur. My corporate background was in marketing, communications, branding, diversity, and inclusion. I worked for Cincinnati State for a number of years and then Tri-Health for a number of years. Both in the traditional marketing and then transition into digital marketing. Along the way, I started my first business, Curvy Cardio. That turns 8 this year. Completely built that business off of social media. So I practically grew up with social media. My college was one of the first ever on Facebook. And then I managed the social media accounts for Cincinnati State as well as Tri-Health. And I help out a lot of corporations in this city with their social media. So sometimes I am the machine behind that. So I'm saying all this to introduce myself and also to let you guys know that I do know a little something about marketing and social media. Due to COVID, social media is completely how I make an income doing influencer work, blogging. But the basis of everything, I have built both my businesses and several brands through social media. And that's due to marketing as well. And so today, first in the chat, if you can, tell me what do you want to get from this? What do you want to learn? I teach a little differently. I don't really show a lot of PowerPoints and read to you. I like to make it as interactive as possible because you're here to get something, what you need, and I want to give it to you. So please in the chat say, what do you need marketing help with, social media help? Because especially now with everything that has been online for the past year due to COVID, no in-person events, no in-person meetings, people that have businesses that sell products, you haven't been able to do vending events, big conferences, stuff like that. So everything has really transitioned to online. And so I was blessed to have those skills. And so pivoting my businesses to an online platform solely was seamless for me because I used to do both. So let me know what kind of business you have, what do you need help with, all that good stuff. So Joyce, you said you need help with marketing your business through social media. Yes, so important. So what is your business, Joyce? This is about to be a one-on-one, girl. You about to get all these gems. What is your business? The first thing I want to do though is I'm going to bring up I know I said I'm not going to do a PowerPoint, but I want to touch on this because branding is the foundation to any marketing tool. And excuse this picture, this is like 7 years old. I know, I still look good. Okay, but it's super old, but the information is relevant to today. So really quickly touching on branding, what is branding? Branding is a promise to your customers. So basically, what is that feel? What are your customers going to expect, right? A lot of people that go to my events, they see my branding. I give off certain vibes, certain things, aesthetics that I want my brand to be associated with. So whether it's luxury, whether it's over the topness, there's a lot of pink, right? There's a lot of stuff geared towards women because that is the basis of my brand, empowering women and young girls. And so what is your brand promise? So I like to use this example about the branding Starbucks versus Dunkin' Donuts, right? They're both billion-dollar corporations that sell coffee. One sells their coffee for, $1 something. Another, you could pay up to $8 for a cup of coffee. But at the end of the day, they're both coffee businesses, right? But Starbucks, you go in there, it's a more luxe feel. It's a more feel that you would have meetings, professional meetings. It may be a date spot because it's nice, it's clean, it's accessible. Whereas Dunkin' Donuts is a little bit more fast paced. You might see sugar packs on the floor, spilled sugar, but you keep it moving because, one, it's Dunkin' Donuts, it's fast, it's still good, but there's a different look, different feel. You may not bring a business perspective there for a meeting. You may not bring a date there, unlike Starbucks. And so, like I said, they're both billion-dollar businesses, but they give off different things. And that's due to branding, right? And to marketing as well. You don't see a lot of Starbucks commercials, right? Just like you don't see a lot of luxury car commercials because the people that can afford these things aren't sitting at home watching TV, right? We're on the move, we're bosses. And Dunkin' Donuts is more like on the go. I think their slogan is, what is it? Something Dunkin' Go, something like that. But it's more for, people on the go that are working, that have time to watch TV, to inspire them to just grab some Dunkin' Donut coffee on their way to work or after work, right? So my favorite quote is from Entrepreneur Magazine: your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and what you want to be perceived to be. And so that is the foundational stuff to your marketing know-how, to your marketing strategic plan, okay? Let's see. So of course, with branding and marketing, like I said, what do you stand for? Who's your ideal customer? Do you know? Do you know what appeals to them? Is it affordability? Is it availability? Is it access, right? You have to know all these things because going on social media and marketing your business, you have to know your target audience. For me, my audience is, like I said, women and young girls who like nice things because I like nice things. And so I promote a lot of stuff, especially with my influencer work, right? I talk about luxury skincare. I talk about beauty. I talk about my lifestyle, about, traveling, staying in hotels that are super nice, going to super nice restaurants because I do not cook. I am a single woman. I have a little dog. I do not have time to cook. And I'm a boss, okay? That's my whole brand, being a boss. And so people that follow me relate to me, not just because of, my nice things that I like, but also because I'm very transparent about my journey as a person, but also an entrepreneur. And so I'm gonna get to this point, but the best basis off of your marketing and social media is telling your why, right? Whenever I would manage social media accounts, whether it be for Cincinnati State or TriHealth, I would always ask myself, why would someone want to follow us on social media, right? Especially a healthcare system. What is sexy about healthcare? Not a whole lot, but how can we make it sexy? How can we appeal to people that they can find some good information following this healthcare organization, right? College, same thing. What are we putting on social media to, one, engage our students, engage our faculty, but how are we engaging prospective students, but also people in the community, right? And so that is your basis, your why, right? One company's why that I really love and I really love to share to compare, oh, that rhymed, is Subway versus Firehouse Subs. So they both sell sandwiches, right? We all like sandwiches. We all like a good sandwich every now and then. But one says a why that makes me more inclined to go purchase a sub from there, right? Firehouse Subs always say part of their proceeds goes back to firehouses. So if I'm choosing from 2 turkey sandwiches, I'm going to buy a turkey sandwich that does good, right? And that's the same thing for your business. So people support me, people buy my products because they like my why. And when you build your why up, you build your audience, you're going to have people that support you, and they're just going to buy stuff from you, and they don't even need it. I've had people purchase stuff and they just said, I don't even know what I bought, but I love your story. I love you, and I'm purchasing. And that means a lot to me. And so you need to know your why. And we're going to go into that when we get into the social media part about this. Now, this is a whole lot of information in a small time frame. So take what you need, and I'm going to check on the Q&A. Like I said, I want you guys to ask questions that you need help with, so you can get what you need out of this. But I just wanted to touch on branding because, like I said, that is the foundation of marketing. So if you don't have your brand together, please do. And I'm going to show you an example. So your brand identity, right? Everything needs to be on point, whether it be your logo, the signage, your stationery, your online stuff, everything needs to look coherent. And so I'm going to give you guys an example of when I first started Curvy Cardio and the MAO brand. Now, coming from marketing, I knew better. I really did. But as entrepreneurs, as people in business, we just want to get to the money because starting a business takes money and we need to start making this money, right? So I would use a free template online, Canva, which has really stepped its game up over the past years. And as you can see, there is no seamless branding here. There's like 2,000 pinks. There's a lot of fonts. It's busy, but you know, Morgan needed to do what she needed to do to get people in her class, right? And so when I stopped and was like, okay, Morgan, if you want this business to be successful, you have to treat it like a business, right? It's not a hobby. And so it has to look like a business. And so when I got serious, it turned into that. Ooh, I know you guys like, ooh, that looked good, right? And so Curvy Cardio has its own, you know, fonts, its own colors, logo, all the promotional stuff looks like it's a cohesive business, right? And that makes it easier to market because when people see this stuff on their time feed, they don't even have to see the name. They just know it's me, right? And I love that. When people just see something pink, they know it's either Curvy Cardio or something I have going on. And so I love building up my brand through branding. But like I said, that is the foundation to marketing, being consistent. And so, like I said, this is the Facebook background, wallpaper. These are flyers. This is a pop-up event. This was a my signature 30 days of work challenge. And then we have some merchandise. All of that is seamless. And like I said, this is like 7 years old, but it's still popping today. And so I used to do a series called Babes in Business. And so all that looks seamless, even the menu, like even the agenda cards that were on the tables. And then same for my personal brand, which has changed significantly, but it's still, it is still the same. So having things look clean, seamless, and that makes it so much easier to market your business. All right. So I just wanted to share that about branding. I'm going to move into social media, but let me check the Q&A. Oh, just Allstate agency. Awesome. All right. So now let's move on. Joyce, if you have questions or Jill, please let me know. Like I said, I want you guys to get what you need out of this. So let me pull up, if my computer wants to act right, a little bit about social media. And actually, I'm going to share my social media first, just to show you. All right, so social media, it is a sneaky beast. So there are there are a handful of things that you need to keep in mind with social media. Let me see if I can share this. Share screen. Where is it? Here it is. All right, so hopefully if you have a business, you of course have a Facebook business page. That is a free marketing tool. Also, Instagram is a free marketing tool. Now, people often ask me, which one do you love more? Like I said, I grew up on Facebook. That was the first ever social media platform other than MySpace that I was on. And then Instagram, even though I have more followers on Instagram, I've only really started honing on Instagram for the past year and a half since COVID, because most of my income is based off of Instagram with the brands that I influence for. And so the most important thing is, if you have an Instagram page for your business, let's keep it on brand. So you guys can see, I have all these branded icons and you guys can do the same thing. So when you see it, it's me, right? And also, this is going to look a little different than my business page. So maybe I should pull up Curvy Cardio. That might be a better example. 1 second. Let me see. Because I want you guys to see how you should keep things branded. And excuse Curvy Cardio, I treat it like a stepchild, but I mean, it still has almost 10,000 followers. It used to have over 10,000, and then I've just been neglecting it. So Curvy Cardio should be branded, right? Even text-based things, you should always brand it. And then this was a campaign of all like my day ones that supported me, and so forth and so on. So even the graphics are all branded. They look good. They're all pink and all the fonts are together. And so that's one tip for social media marketing. Have some great graphics. Have some graphics that people would love to see, right? Whether it's static. So what is static? Static is just a picture. Whether it's video, so there's a boomerang. Like, I need to delete that because there's someone in there I do not want to be seen. And then there's personal ones. So this is like one of my clients. This is one of my clients. People want to see some humanness to your brand as well, right? And so what I always tell my clients with social media is you should have at least 10 branded graphics that you can use on rotation on Instagram and Facebook. You can reuse them for both. Now, I say 10 because you're going to post about 2 or 3 a week and rotate them and change out the content when you post. So what do I mean by that? So let me show an example. So here is one. So one of the branded posts should be a quote, right? Be your own motivation, and then write some text about sometimes you're your own worst enemy, but first, you have to motivate you. And so just give people something to inspire them, but also that they're going to share it. Because guess what? People like this quote, they're going to share it on their page and they're going to say, yes, I need to be my own motivation. But guess what? All their followers are going to see your post. And we are naturally nosy, right? We're nosy online. So whoever sees this on their page is going to click on Curvy Cardio and they're going to say, wow, I never knew this class existed. I'm going to go. And so you're going to have a better chance of converting new followers, new clients because of what someone has shared to their page, right? Especially if you put real people on your Instagram, right? Where'd it go? Sorry, y'all. Real people on your Instagram. So here's another one of, my client/friends. She had her Pretty Fit t-shirt from our t-shirt line. And so tagging her and she'll share it. And guess what? Her friends will share it and say, oh, I want that t-shirt. And so there's, other things that you can do other than, your quote, person. You can share your why. Let me see if I have one that shares my why. There's another video. Okay, so let's just pretend, because there's a lot of pictures on here. So I often share my why. Why did I start Curvy Cardio? Why, what did I want to do? So just pretend this is like me sharing my why about my, fitness journey, why I started Curvy Cardio, why I had, self-esteem, weight issues. And instead of complaining about it, I decided to start a business because I feel like there's other women and young girls like me who wanted to live a healthier lifestyle, but just didn't know how to do it because, 8 years ago, a lot of minority women weren't working out. And if they were super skinny, super in shape. And that can be intimidating for people that haven't really started a healthy lifestyle. So Curvy Cardio is all about empowering women and young girls to love themselves from the inside out through fitness. And so when people started hearing about my story, my why, and it's simple as me just sharing a picture and posting it and telling a little bit about my journey, and people started to inbox me saying how they related to it, never knew that, I felt like that because they feel like that. And they started to come into class. And soon before I knew it, my class, blew up to like 50 people a class. I mean, we would roll deep up in there. And that's simply because I was sharing my why on social media with great pictures, great quotes, and community engagement. So those are like my top 3 tips on social media, especially marketing, is, invest either your time or money and have someone create you a set of branded graphics, right? And it can also be something as like a shop now. And you see a lot of these graphics I reuse because the way social media is set up, not everyone is going to see them all at one time. And so if I post one graphic May 1st, and I'm reposting it at the end of June, guess what? People are still going to comment. They're still going to like it. They're still going to share it because either one, they've forgotten about it because social media moves like this, right? And we all have low attention spans at this point. And 2, because I've changed up the text on the initial post. So yeah. So, these are part of my 10, set of 10. I probably have about 20 to 30. But if you want to invest time in doing the graphics, do it. If not, you can, like I said, hire a graphic designer to just create you a pair, and you'll be good with that. So let me check if I have any questions so far. Joy says she works for a branded company. How can I individualize myself for social media? Great question. So I've had a client who worked for, it's a real estate, right? But you can still set yourself apart by branding yourself and your business. Let me see. See if I have an example that I did for someone. I have to think about it. But she did work. Where did she work? She worked for a business, and it might be, what was it? But anyway, she worked for a branded business, but you can also brand yourself within that business, Joyce. That is completely fine. So you can still do motivational quotes. You can still do testimonials, which is another one. So having some of your clients give testimonials and making them into like branded graphics, that's a great thing to do. But also sharing your why too, Joyce, because yes, you work for a branded company, but no one is Joyce, right? And so why did you get into Allstate? Like what made you want to do it? What's your why? Why do you do it for, right? So remember that, and you can absolutely do your own set of branded graphics, and you can keep the colors if you need to for Allstate. You can ask if you can use their logo, but you can absolutely do it. Jill, yes, Curvy Cardio is still going strong. So we are virtual now. We've been virtual for a year. So we do 3 classes a week. And since it's the 8-year anniversary, it's only $80 for the rest of the year. So that's over 100 classes. And you can watch the replays. We have a private Facebook group. We do weekly challenges for money. One of my clients who also teaches on Sundays, she does weekly challenges, walking challenges, and she gives out like $25 to $50 a week. So yes, if you want to join us, just email me or send me a Facebook message on Curvy Cardio or email curvycardio@gmail.com. Little plug. John says, for bootstrapping entrepreneurs, what tools can they use to produce? Good question. So like I said, Canva has really stepped their game up, and let me pull up Canva so everyone can see what it looks like. And so like I said, if you don't have money, you can invest your time, and Canva is free, but they also have a paid tier, which isn't too much, that you can create your own graphics. And I use this sometimes. I've learned to delegate now to a graphic designer because it's a lot of time into graphic making. So here's Canva. And you can choose whether you want an Instagram post, Instagram story. They have video now on here. I mean, like I said, Canva has really got it together. But they also have a brand kit, which I love. So you can upload, and you have to upgrade. You can upload your logo, your brand colors, your brand font, and it's all there. So you don't have to keep going in there and like doing it every time that you do something. So, this was something that I put together for a high school, like, a quick little flyer. So I still utilize Canva a lot. So Canva, I would recommend. If you're bootstrapping and you don't have a lot of money, I started off doing a lot of things in Canva. So great question. Yes, Tiffany, Canva has a lot of tips and tricks, and you can YouTube tutorials. I think Canva has a tutorial on there, but it's a great tool if you're not trying to spend a whole lot of money at first. But if you're like me, over time, I didn't have a lot of time to start, putting into making my graphics. So I, work with a graphic designer. And you can, of course, start a relationship with a graphic designer. So, having multiple graphics won't cost you a lot because you're getting so many from them. So that's also something. But you can also get your graphics done on Fiverr. And sometimes that's like a hit or miss, though. I mean, I've had some real funky mess come out of Fiverr. So, buyer beware. Sometimes it's expensive to be cheap. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes it's expensive to be cheap because I've had to help numerous clients out of holes because they didn't want to invest in their logo customization, and just to learn to find out that their logo has been reused, repurposed with other businesses and not authentic to theirs. And so they had to pay even more money to get a logo redone. And so, like I said, it's expensive to be cheap, but there is no shame in working your way up and starting with Canva. It is a great tool. Great questions, everybody. John said, is there a preferred ratio or target between video, static pics on IG or Facebook? Diversity of posts for impact. Good question. And so for me, I definitely like to mix it up, especially on IG. Reels is the newest thing. So a reel is like a TikTok. And if I'm speaking Latin to people right now, I'm so sorry. So IG has really been pushing people to do more reels, especially since it's new. And so I try to at least do a reel every 2 weeks because those really do really well. on IG. Facebook, I would say static posts and stories. I get a lot of views on my Facebook stories versus my Instagram stories. But with Instagram, you know, a static post, and then mix it up with a video every now and then, a reel. And then of course, always utilize your stories. Even when you don't make a post that day, have something on your Facebook and Instagram stories. So it could be something as simple as, you know, you filming yourself at work, you're posting questions. So like IG has a question GIF, not GIF, but the question, what is it called? Question thingy, where you can put up a question box, engage your audience. That is the biggest thing. Engage, engage, engage. You see a lot of people, especially influencers, tell their audience the biggest thing you can do to support us, support me, is to comment 4 words or more, because sometimes Instagram thinks it's bots that are commenting if you do just like emojis, and it won't help your engagement rate. Like the picture, double tap, share the picture, so that little arrow, share it, and save. Save is the little like gift tag. So all 4 of those help boost your engagement on social media. And what does that mean? It means that Instagram is going to boost your posts to be shown more to your followers. So you guys know, like if you get on Facebook and maybe you haven't been on Facebook in a while, you're seeing posts from like 5 days ago. That's because Facebook thinks that you're not active. So they're going to show you a whole bunch of old stuff. And then have you ever got asked by people like, hey, I never see you post anymore on Facebook, but you're posting, you know, maybe like every 3 days? That's because Facebook has bumped you down in the engagement rate. So they want to show people who are more engaged, more active on their social media apps, because that's how they make their money, honestly. If you're more active, you are more engaged, they're going to promote your stuff more because they appreciate you being on their app more. It's so petty. And then like that's based on the whole algorithm as well for Facebook and Instagram. So what does that mean? That's a whole nother hour. So what does that mean with the algorithm? So that means hashtags, that means time that you're posting. That means are you engaging with your followers? Are you commenting 4 words or more? Are you liking? Are you sharing? Are you viewing people's stories? Are you commenting on people's stories? Child, it's a whole to-do. And that's why being an influencer is a whole full-time job that people just don't understand. Okay, I had to vent a little bit. So, I mean, it's a whole thing. So you have to make sure you're timing your post just right. And how do you do that? You have to look at your analytics. You have to look, when are your followers more active? So for me, like my optimal time is 7 a.m. Between 7 a.m. and like before 8 a.m. So oftentimes I will have the post ready to go. I will roll over, I will post, and I will go back to bed. And if I miss that time slot, then I'll have to wait until between that like 12 and 2. And if I miss that, I have to do like a 7 to a 9. Like it's a whole thing. But you have to check your analytics also weekly, because that can change. Your posting optimal times can change. And so, you know, other organizations that I post for, their times are completely different. And so I might hold a post and then post it later, or wait the next day, because I want to make sure people see the post. I want to make sure it's getting its optimal engagement. I want to make sure that people are really, like I said, seeing the information. And so, long story short, utilize everything that Facebook and Instagram has to offer. Use the stories to ask your audience questions. You know, Joyce, you said you work at Allstate Insurance. Ask them, do you have an insurance? Do you have insurance? Do you know why you need insurance? Personally, I get confused. You know, why do I need this type of insurance if I'm an entrepreneur? Why do I need this type of insurance if I'm doing an event? You know, why do I need this? Why do I need that? So asking questions and then giving tips. Like I said, you want people to click on your stories. You want people to like stuff. You want people to engage, but you also want to show people that you're human too. So what does Joyce like to do? Yeah, maybe share, where do you go get coffee or tea, or what's your favorite lunch spot? Share that with your audience, because that's how people relate to you. And that's why people support you, because they like you. I'm sure you all have heard this before. People don't support your business, they support you. So show that human side. It's so important to do. John asked, how should a business decide on a sponsored post versus organic? Yeah, so sponsored post should be something that has a call to action for sure. And so whether it's visit my blog, visit the website, book an appointment, and something that's going to live on there for a little while, because you want to promote something, I would say for like a few weeks up into a month. So, don't do a promoted, you can do a promoted post for maybe an event you have, but if the event's on Saturday, don't promote it on Friday, because it's not going to get its optimal reach. And so be really strategic. If it's something like an informational post, I would absolutely sponsor that. But again, Facebook and Instagram is such a tricky monster that sometimes they don't really show the sponsored posts like they should. It doesn't really move quickly like they should. Personally, I do all my stuff organically. I've tried sponsored Instagram posts and it didn't give me really the results that I wanted. And so I find that I have more engagement and more results when I post organically. But that's a great question. Oh, thank you, Joyce. Joyce loves my nails. Thank you. Any more questions? I want to pull up this social media checklist that I have. Let me find it. But it's just a little tool that I created for my, I had a subscription service that did like monthly little lessons. And so I thought I'd share this with you guys, my little social media checklist. And if you want a copy, I will, I guess the easiest thing is to send to Eric, and he can, I think he has everyone's email maybe to share it. So, but I usually charge for this. So, so this is a free gem. So social media essential checklist. So do this weekly checklist to ensure you are maximizing your social media efforts. So check your stats. What post got the most engagement? What post got the most conversion rate? So maybe you posted 3 times a week and one status did really well and it just sold so many products. So check what time you posted. Why did you write about? And what was the picture, or what maybe it was the video? What worked for you? Maybe it was a reel, right? So check and see what got the most engagement and keep doing that, right? Try it again. Excuse me. Reply back to your engagers. Ignoring a customer on social media is similar to ignoring someone when the phone rings, when they're calling help centers, and nobody wants to be ignored, right? Plan your weekly posts. So this is kind of like a rule of thumb for me. 3 posts a week on Facebook, 2 to 3 on Instagram, 3+ on Twitter. I don't really tweet, but Eric loves to tweet. 1 to 2 posts on, I think that's LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn as a tool. They have a blog there. You can make a post, but you can also make a status as well. And then Pinterest. Do not sleep on Pinterest. Pinterest is popping. It's still popping. So 5 or more on Pinterest. People love those pins. So, think outside the box. So Joyce, you have an insurance business. So maybe it's a branded graphic with tips that people can share. Remember, you want to create shareable content. Why would someone want to see this if they're not in the insurance business, right? Stay in the know, watch competitor pages, but do not copy. Don't copy from them. See what's working for other people. How are they getting so much engagement? Maybe it's a TikTok, okay? And like I said, make shareable content, engaging graphics, memes, inspirational posts. And guys, I made this worksheet like 5 years ago and it still applies today. So make sure that you're doing all these things and, you will definitely see growth on your social media platforms. Now it takes time. So don't feel like you do this for 1 week and you're just gonna get 1,000 million followers. It takes time to build up. I think last year I started with under 10,000 followers, and today I have about 20,000 followers on Instagram. But that's me taking this as a full-time job now because there's really not much else I can do. So I'm on social media a lot. I shoot content a lot. I shot for like 3 hours yesterday and I still have more to do. And so, you know, Instagram, Facebook, it will give you what you need if you give it what it needs. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Instagram and Facebook will give you what you need if you give it what it needs. So take your time, strategize, plan out, get those branded graphics, get those great content that you're gonna push out, get some testimonials, shoot some videos, do some reels, dabble in TikTok if you want. I think Eric should do a TikTok for the chamber. We should have a chamber TikTok, but we'll talk about that later. And be consistent. So if you're going to post on social media, post consistently. Do not post for 1 week and then go ghost for 3, because Facebook and Instagram is going, like I said, they're going to deem you not active. And then you're going to have to start all over again, building that engagement, building that reach to your followers. And you may lose some followers because they say, well, I haven't seen them posted in a while. Delete. I do that all the time on Facebook. If I haven't seen a friend post or they're not active on Facebook, I delete them because they're not serving, they're not serving me. And then I'll get an inbox like, why did you delete me? Okay, I didn't know you were still on Facebook. Like, you haven't posted in a year, so you're just lurking. Cool. So make sure that you're consistent. Make sure your branding is on point. Like I said, that is the foundation to any great marketing campaign, marketing strategic plan. So make sure that you do that. And like I said, the most important thing other than branding is your why. What makes you you? What makes you stand out in your business, right? Why do you do what you do? People want to know. People want to see a human side of you because there's so much competition out here. So like I said, Subway versus Firehouse Subs. Why should we support you? Why should I, give my hard-earned money to your business? And that's really it. So does anyone have any more questions before we wrap up? I know there was a whole lot of information crammed into this hour. So, like Eric said, this will be on YouTube. So please go back and review it. Any more questions? Thank you, Jill. All right, well, like I said, I will make this social media checklist available if you want it. If you need to get in contact with me, please follow me on Instagram, Morgan Angelique Owens. Please comment, like, share, and save. Please also make sure you're following the Cincinnati African American Chamber. Please engage. We're doing a great campaign right now, highlighting so many amazing Black-owned businesses. Please show them love and follow them. Comment on the post, share the post, because now you guys know sharing is caring. Engagement is everything. So make sure that you're following us on Facebook and social and Instagram. Eric is on Twitter too with the chamber. So make sure that you're following us and engage with us. That helps us out so much. So again, my name is Morgan Angelique Owens, and this has been a marketing know-how. So if you need me, you know where to find me. Thanks, everybody. Eric, I'm gonna make you the host again. If you need to say anything, Eric. There you go. You're the host.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Morgan. This was fantastic. And I know everybody enjoyed it. And it's available on YouTube, and then we'll get it transferred over to Facebook too. So thank you for sharing your expertise and being a great board member and a great friend. Appreciate it.